time to put this on, but since I've been without lashes, I've been like rubbing this.
Okay, so what is up, y'all? I know it's been a minute since I made a video. It's been about 2 months to be exact, and I know that I was supposed to be consistent, but I felt like I need to take a few months off just to get my mental together. It's a lot that has happened within those 2 months since I've posted a video, and we're gonna get into that. I did vlog, of course. I think I did vlog, or maybe I had. No. Yeah, I didn't post. I haven't posted in 2 months, or whatever the case is. I appreciate the support that you guys have given me along the way since I've been posting, or whatever the case is. And I know you guys can tell that obviously my scenery looks different. I probably look different. I probably look a little bit more happier or content and in a better place, or whatever the case is, but I'm not there yet. The journey is not over yet, so stay tuned, or whatever the case is. Like I said, I'm still getting in the habit of just picking up my camera, recording and talking. Not to say that I really have an issue with it, but I don't know, I just needed to take some time away for my mental. It's so much that has happened over the past 2 months. I haven't vlogged for New Year's. I didn't vlog for any type of holidays because, as y'all know, that I'm trying to get myself together. So let's get into it, or whatever. And in a little while, I'm probably gonna go to the gym. I don't know if I'm gonna create some content of me going to the gym and stuff. It's a lot of things that I wanted to do as far as posting videos and showing you guys, but I don't know if that's really necessary because, like I said, y'all are following me on my journey and stuff. And this is gonna, I'm not gonna say this is gonna be forever. Let's not put that out there. This is not forever gonna be a homeless journey. Pray to God that I end up stepping onto new grounds. I receive abundance and become financially free, or whatever the case is and stuff. But as of now, this is still that until everything started coming together for me, or whatever the case is and stuff. And I can't keep living in somebody else's life, or whatever. And yeah, I gotta build my life back up to where it was, and a new life, if that makes sense. So yeah, let's get it. So over these past 2 months, I was working at 2 jobs. If you guys don't remember, in my last few videos, I think I did posted something about saying that I was working at 2 jobs. I ended up leaving Wendy's because I just felt like it wasn't for me. I didn't like the setting. I didn't like exactly how I was being treated, and I also did not enjoy management, or whatever the case is, or the people under management, if that makes sense. But they're over the people, the staff on the floor and stuff. Working in a restaurant is extremely stressful. It's annoying as hell. You know what I'm saying? The communication is off, and it's just terrible, period. Like, fast food is something I would never, ever do again in my life. To those who has to do it, or that's the only route they have, or they just chose that route and they can see themselves there long term, good for you. But for me, So while I was working at Wendy's before I quit, I ended up landing a second job, and I was working at Home Chef, or whatever the case is. So Home Chef was paying more than Wendy's was. Wendy's was only paying me like, I think she said she was only paying me like $9 to $10 an hour, or whatever the case was. And Home Chef was paying me $15.50 on top of a 50-cent differential, which equaled up to about $16. Which was okay, but it still wasn't enough. Because I'm gonna tell y'all, like, the goal was to get out of my situation, you know what I'm saying? Y'all seen me go from being at the homeless shelter, because that's where I started my recordings. I didn't start my recordings at the top of everything that I went through, even though I could have. I probably should have started probably 2 years ago when everything first happened, or whatever the case is. But that really wasn't even on my mind, because everything that was going on, like losing my apartment, well, I ain't gonna say I necessarily lost it, but I had to walk away from my apartment because I no longer could afford it. My great grandmother passing away type shit, like staying with people thinking that they were going to help take care of me, and it just wasn't that. Not even just help take care of me, but like just help support me until I can get back into a certain position to where I was before I was with those people. And then after that, house hopping with people thinking, like I said, they were going to support me just for motherfuckers to knock me while I'm down. And I think I had got to a point where once I finally got it seemed like I was settled to get those jobs, to try to get back on my feet, this, that, and the third, that's when I started recording, or whatever the case is. Because by that point, it was just like, I'm fed up. I don't have nobody to talk to, so why not just tell my story here, or whatever the case is. And not only for you guys, or to try to bash somebody else, but mainly for me, and for me to look back on. It's for me, and for also for me to look back on when I get to where I'm trying to go, or whatever the case is. My goal is to work for myself. I don't see myself working for nobody. I think that that's what my whole entire journey has been. And I just didn't really realize it, just like I didn't realize I should have been an entrepreneur, or I should be, or whatever the case is, until somebody brought it to my attention. Because it's a few people who brought it to my attention. Because I always used to be like, yeah, you know, if I could have 8 jobs at the same time bringing in income, I would do that. Like, that's how much energy I had. That's how much I enjoy having responsibility. That's how much I enjoy making money. I was like, you know, if I could have 8 jobs at the same time, I would. And somebody was just like, you know, that's the entrepreneurial mindset. Most people don't think like that. Basically what you're saying is that you see yourself having passive income, you know. And I'm just like, yeah, I see myself creating passive income without it tiring me out, or without it causing burnout, or whatever the case is. I don't think that anybody should have to work so hard to the point where it affects your mental and your health and your well-being. Like, it's not that serious. I'm not finna bend over backwards for somebody who ain't even paying me enough. They only paying me crumbs from what they receiving from their business. We're not finna do that. That's not what we're about to do. And then in today's time, like, how can $16 cover you? Like, most people be like, oh, you can live off of $16. No, baby. After everything that I didn't experience, from working in a hospital to having to leave the hospital and then going back into fast food and back into labor jobs, and you get what I'm saying, getting approved for apartments to not getting approved for a apartment, like, that's not it. You feel me? I went to college 3 times for 3 separate degrees to attain a career to allow me to make as much money as I see for myself, and to be able to live comfortably. And I have not been able to attain a good career since the last career, or I'm gonna say since the last getting the door career that I had, if that makes sense, type shit. And I'm just like, if I'm not gonna, and it's more info behind the getting a career with the degrees I have shit, which I don't know if I'm currently going to invest into. I am, but that's the goal. But it's just like, to find out this late on in my journey, even though that's not to say I didn't know prior, or whatever the case is, it just kind of went over my head. I knew that I needed certifications to get with the degrees that I have. Not to say that I necessarily needed them, but if I didn't have the certifications, like I don't, not having the certifications with the degrees that I have means that I need to find a way to get some type of experience hands-on to get the careers that I'm trying to attain. And if I can't do that, I need some type of certification with the degrees that I have that allow me access directly into the door. And that is expensive. That costs money. And also I need the time and the support, and I need peace and quiet to focus on those things. So it's just a lot. And I think I'm so... oh, excuse me. I think I'm already so deep into being a creator, being an entrepreneur, whatever the case is, creating a job for myself, creating a way to make income for myself so I don't ever have to work for somebody else again, that I'm kind of like not really invested into that side at the moment. But I'm gonna still go get those certifications. So should I decide to want to jump back into that field and stuff, just because I want to jump back into it, or whatever the case may be, I'll have the option to do so. But as of right now, I have been denied of probably over 400 jobs. You get me? Like, I apply to hella jobs every single day. Mind you guys, I have a master's degree in management, specializing or focusing in healthcare administration. I also have a bachelor's of science degree in healthcare management and associate's of science in medical administrative assistant. So the medical administrative assistant degree, need a certification with that. Would have immediately had a job with that certification on top of the degree, and would have been making money a long time ago. That certification cost $125, even though the college I attended said it's not necessarily needed, because most people, depending on where you're located, don't really care for the certification type stuff, as long as you got a degree or something, or whatever the case is, and minimum experience. Cap. Got my bachelor's degree. need a certification for that. The healthcare management shit. I need something involving whatever to get me directly in the door for the position that I went to school for, instead of trying to find out how I'm gonna get 15 years of experience to get in the door, when I can't even get in the door to get 15 years of experience. And the master's degree was for me to not keep having this problem, but instead I feel like it's giving me more problems. So I got to a point where I'm like, you know, working in the labor area, working in restaurants,